Hello, my name is Tom Stiles, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. Oh, I messed up my little pad that tells me what the show number is. I pulled off two sheets and I skipped the show number. Well, this is show number 342. Did I say this was Tom's Radio Room Show? Man, I'm so messed up this morning. Anyway, I I got a email. I'm on the distribution list, I'll call it, for SWLING webpage, which if you sign up, they send you an email whenever there's a new post. And I got an email and it said that Dave's radio receiver page has a new home. And I saw this neat little picture and I'm like, that looks interesting. And then I read it says that Dave N9EVO has moved his receiver page to a new home. And I know I had followed him for quite a while. He's had his page up for, since 1998, I think, somewhere thereabouts. And it kind of went downhill because it was hosted by a free service called Angel Fire. And they got to where they were putting pop-up ads and stuff on their users' web pages, and it just got annoying. So I stopped following his web page. But now he's moved to a new service, so I thought, well, let's see what it's like now. So I went over to it yesterday, and here it is. And like I say, Dave's been doing this web page for quite a few years. He does reviews of receivers. He does reviews of equipment related to receivers. And he usually does pretty extensive reviews. So let's just go, I'll show you a couple of reviews. Well, before I do that, we'll just scan down his page. He talks about getting contributions to help support his page. That's cool. And then here's all the reviews he's done in the past. And these are, like I say, pretty extensive reviews. He really gets down deep into the radio. So I have picked a couple of them and just want to show you as examples. And I won't dwell on them too long because you really need to go to his webpage, which is webpages.charter.net/N9EWO2/. I'll put that in the description. What am I looking for? I was in the description of this show. So anyway, so let's move on. So here I picked a couple of them earlier, and here's one on the one that's one of my favorites. It's the Gwendig 750, which has changed names, but it's the same radio a couple of times. It's also sold as the Texan S2000 and the Eaton Satellite 750. And he basically tells you that he doesn't own either one of these radios, but he had a test sample to do this report. And then he goes into a lot of details. Just, way beyond any of my reviews. So if you're interested in getting this radio, or if you have one, he gives you a lot of information. You can see it goes on and on and on. So that's the, what did he conclude here, just out of curiosity? Nice try, but no cigar. However, in my hands, only a short time, the enthusiasm was quickly squashed. That's interesting. It's not all that bad. It sounds great on broadcast stations. Your performance good, but has lousy single sideband performance. Now, I haven't found that to be true. Now, one thing, and I don't see it obvious here, which I would hope he would have done, is he doesn't really, I don't see it anywhere, maybe it's here someplace, he doesn't really date his review, or, when the radio that he was testing was manufactured. So, for instance, I know the the Gwendig 750 has had problems, but a lot of them in the newer versions have been resolved. So if Dave ever happened to see my show, Dave, if you just like put some kind of date here of when the radio was reviewed, what vintage the radio was, and maybe it's buried in here. I haven't read this report in detail. So anyway, let's just show you a couple more, and then, like I say, you really should go to this website yourself. This is another radio I reviewed, which is the Gwendig G2. And he said he had 2 test samples. And then he talks about some of the differences between the versions. And look at all these details. I mean, I'm going to have to, like I say, I haven't read these in detail yet, but I'm going to have to go back and read these in detail and see if I agree with them, or maybe even find things that I didn't know about mine. So that's another one. That's the Gwendig G2. Here is, what is this page? This is his master list page. If you go back to his, oops, wrong page. If you go back to his home page, here's some other subjects he has. And down here he has his shortwave receiver master list, which is this. That's what this is. And it lists radios that he's owned over the years in just a brief description of that particular radio. It doesn't go into details on all these, but it's quite an extensive list of radios that he's owned. And I'm sure if you have one of these radios or interested in one of these radios, send him a question. Oh, and here it shows where he has a full review and a link to the full review. So here's the Gwendig G6, and then here's a link to the full review. And I've got one more page I want to show you. Like I said, I don't want to show you too much. You need to go there yourself. Oh, here's a brief discussion about a mini disc player compared to a compact cassettes. And I have somewhere in my collection a mini disc recorder. And I'm sure that's what he's talking about, a recorder. But he talks about, the pros and cons of each. There's a pretty fancy one there. Look at that guy. That is pretty slick. So anyway, I just wanted to show you Dave's new and improved. Like I say, I got this link from the SWLING webpage, which is a very, very good webpage. I mean, he has a lot of articles that is posted, like 2 or 3 a day, and they're all fairly up to date. And like I say, this article was about Dave's new updated radio receiver page. So I would suggest you go check out Dave's page, and like I say, I'll put in the description the link. So thanks for watching. That's the show for today. Oh, anyway, let me see one more thing, and let me see where's, yeah. Let me go back to my channel. Yeah, okay, I'll go back to my channel. Oh boy, we now have 2,315 subscribers, and I really appreciate everybody that subscribes. It gives me an indication that I'm still providing useful information. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Also, thanks to everyone that's used my Amazon store. I got my little commission this past week from Amazon from your purchases, and I'm now looking at things to buy to review on my shows using that small commission. So that's the show for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.